It's time for St. Lucia Magazine, your monthly wrap-up.
Hello and welcome to St. Lucia Magazine, your weekly news program bringing you updates on key developments across government sectors, including healthcare, education, and the economy. I'm your host, Nival Auguste. In this week's highlights, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire clarifies EU's position on visa-free access, and JICA and the Ministry of Agriculture seek to strengthen local communities.
It's time for St. Lucia Magazine, your monthly wrap-up.
The Minister for Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, the Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, has provided clarity on the EU's position regarding the removal of visa-free access, especially as it pertains to St. Lucia. Kishma Serrier has the report.
Deputy Prime Minister and Minister for Tourism, Investment, Creative Industries, Culture and Information, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, has responded to concerns surrounding the conditions in which a country could lose visa-free access to the European Union. The response came after claims from the opposition that St. Lucia stood to lose its visa-free access status.
We've been talking to the EU about the actions that they've taken. And let me explain to you what the EU is doing. Let me explain to you. And I'm sure when I finish explaining to you, you will understand what the EU is doing, and you might even agree with the EU. The EU now has a regime where the countries that have visa-free access, if their citizens behave in a particular manner that is injurious to the interests of the EU, they can stop that visa-free access. So there are a number of areas for certain actions. If they become of concern to the EU, they can. It explains that the EU will first say to a country that we have X problem, we have seen an acceleration of a certain incidence of a certain behavior or actions or whatever, and you should act on it. If the country does not act on it, the EU then will give them a period over which to solve the problem, or else they will use visa access.
The Honorable Minister pointed out that the presence of Citizens by Investment Programs, or CIP, can have implications on visa-free access.
What the EU is doing now, the EU is saying, look, we have noticed that we've recognized the possibility for people with CIP citizenships to come into the EU and seek asylum. And therefore, because they have visa-free access, they can come in, and when they are in, they will claim asylum. So we want to put measures in place. If that should happen, then we can serve notice that, look, there is an escalation in persons with CIP passports seeking asylum, if it happens, and to alert the countries to do something about it, and if they do nothing about it, then to waive visa-free access. So what the EU is doing really is to add CIP to the existing list of persons that can qualify, can be asked to, countries that can be asked to take action because their citizens are violating the rules of the EU.
Dr. Hilaire went on to state that there has been no indication that the European has any concerns pertaining to St. Lucia that would merit any action towards visa-free access. He reiterates the country's CIP program is robust and continuously prevails in doing its due diligence. For St. Lucia Magazine, I am Kishma Serrier.
With funding from the Caribbean Development Bank, Export St. Lucia was able to procure and subsequently hand over a refrigerated truck to the St. Lucia Marketing Board. Kareem Nelson tells us more.
On March 14, 2025, Export St. Lucia proudly presented a refrigerated truck to the St. Lucia Marketing Board, a major milestone in our continued work to strengthen St. Lucia's agriculture export capacity. The truck was procured by Export St. Lucia and funded by the Caribbean Development Bank under the CARIFORUM EU, EPA, and CSMA standby facility. This refrigerated truck plays a vital role in maintaining the cold chain, ensuring that our farmers' produce remains fresh, safe, and export ready from farm to market. It is a critical tool in helping us meet international market standards and expand St. Lucia's presence in global trade. The truck delivery is just one part of a broader national effort, the CDB Packhouse project, officially titled Enhancing the Capacity of Stakeholders in the Agriculture Sector to Supply Quality Products in New Markets, is being spearheaded locally by Export St. Lucia and aims to build long-term export readiness across the agriculture sector.
Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, and the Ministry of Agriculture strengthened their push to empower local communities through the One Community, One Product (OCOP) project, providing agro-processors with the skills and certification needed to improve product quality, increase marketability, and promote economic growth. Zarek Felix provides more detail.
The Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, recently hosted a One Community, One Product (OCOP) re-engagement session. This initiative brought together processors and community leaders from Miku, Labri, and Soufrière to reaffirm their commitment to the OCOP project, which aims to strengthen community-based product development. The re-engagement session sought to assess the dedication of local processors to the OCOP project, which is designed to support local communities and processors in developing and promoting their signature products. Miku is renowned for its high-quality CMOS and coconut oil. Labri takes pride in its traditional saltfish, and Soufrière is celebrated for its rich cocoa products. JICA local branding advisor Kanai Tutsumi outlines the goal of this initiative and the impact of leveraging community resources to enhance local products.
One community, one product. The basic idea is that each community or village should promote more than one product in each community. And in this, product does not necessarily mean that it doesn't have to be agro product, but we are working with Ministry of Agriculture, so now we are focusing on promoting cocoa products in souffle, coconut oil, and CMOS products in Miku, and salted fish in Lovely. But what we want to focus is, we want to focus on the available resources in the community and available human resources in the community. And
JICA local consultant Kendra Payne highlights the crucial role this initiative plays by providing essential training and certification to agro-processors throughout the communities. By equipping local producers with the necessary skills and knowledge, JICA and the Ministry of Agriculture aim to enhance product quality, improving marketability, and boosting economic growth in these communities.
The whole purpose of this was to kind of get them to fully understand what OCOP is, which is basically deriving from the One Village, One Product initiative from Japan, and to get them to see the value in this project so that they can willingly commit and receive the next steps that we have for them, which is training, being able to have their products be certified and be able to find markets for their products, also be a part of the OCOP fair and all the other activities that we have in line that's to come.
The OCOP project continues to serve as a platform for economic empowerment and cultural preservation in St. Lucia, with renewed commitment from processors and the invaluable support of JICA and the Ministry of Agriculture. The initiative is set to drive sustainable development while celebrating the rich heritage of St. Lucian communities. From the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development, I'm Zarek Felix reporting.
This is St. Lucia Magazine. Still to come, the Soufrière Development Foundation kicks off Agriculture Day 2025. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Just peace and love instead of all bloodshed. Leave and long leave. You see the violence thing, let's stop it. You see the knives and
put down your guns.
Put down the 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 guns.
Solve conflict in a different way.
A message from the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment.
Welcome back. The Sufra Development Foundation, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, hosted Agriculture Day 2025. The first of its kind, the event was designed to highlight the many options and avenues that agriculture can provide. Zarek Felix tells us more.
The Sufra Regional Development Foundation, SRDF, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, hosted its first ever Agriculture Career Day, providing students and the general public with a unique opportunity to explore the diverse career paths within the agricultural sector. The event aimed at fostering a deeper appreciation for agriculture and its vast employment potential. Featured presentations from various departments within the Ministry of Agriculture as well as external supporting agencies. By exposing young minds to many opportunities available in the field, the initiative seeks to secure the future of agriculture in St. Lucia and strengthen the island's food security. Community Liaison Officer of the SRDF, Glinda Charles, emphasized the importance of sharing expertise and providing guidance on career pathways within the Ministry of Agriculture, particularly for youth. These interactions provided first-hand insight into the roles and contributions of agriculture to the national economy and sustainable development.
Well, the Sufra Regional Development Foundation, in collaboration with the Ministry of Agriculture, we are quite happy to be hosting this first ever event in Sufra. We feel that there is a huge need for persons to explore the various opportunities within agriculture. As we know, agriculture is not that of just dirt, as many persons may think. However, there are so many other opportunities within that sector, such as apiculture, horticulture, oh my goodness, research and all. And so we would just, we've actually hosted this presentation mainly for students and the wider public to explore the various opportunities. This actually will in turn ensure our food security in the years to come.
The Sufra Regional Development Foundation remains steadfast in its commitment to empowering youth, especially in the areas of national importance. And as such, the Career Day is in alignment with the mission of fostering community development by cultivating the future of skilled professionals committed to the sector's growth and innovation.
Part of the Sufra Foundation's mandate is that of community development, and hosting this event, seeing so many students around, it actually did touch our hearts too. And we know that they've just been expressing such excitement and joy in the field, and so these are the areas and initiatives that actually really need to be hosted in the various communities. Let Sufra be the pilot, and we're happy that, of course, it could be mimicked within the island.
The event received positive feedback from both students and stakeholders, with many expressing appreciation for the initiatives and calling for its continuation in the future years. By investing in the future workforce, St. Lucia is taking proactive steps forward, building a resilient and self-sufficient agricultural industry. From the Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development, I'm Zarek Felix reporting.
A new tourism development project is set to open up along the Millennium Highway to create opportunities in the host community of Cicero. A sword-turning ceremony for the Anse Fair Lookout Point has set the stage for the construction of a tourism development that will harness the natural highlights of the area to create economic opportunities for the community of Cicero. Minister for Tourism and Parliamentary Representative for Castries South, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, stated that the project aligns with the ministry's guiding philosophy, which is built on two fundamental principles.
To get visitors to go into the communities and experience authentic experiences. That is now the order of the day. And when we started in 2021, I remember sitting with the permanent secretary, and our approach was we didn't want to stop everything and mash up everything and start all over. We had a clear philosophical direction we wanted to go, and it is how we can make what was happening in the ministry serve all our purposes and serve that new ideological direction. And it rested on two principles. making sure that more St. Lucians can participate in the tourism industry, and making sure that more St. Lucians can start owning the tourism industry.
The Ansfair Lookout will include adventure opportunities for cliff diving, a spectacular and expansive view of the Caribbean Sea, the eastern sunset, and will feature all major amenities to include a bar, comfort station, interpretation center, and an imposing sculpture of Olympic gold medalist Julian Alfred. Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism, Ms. Donalyn Vite, said the project will enhance the tourism product.
This project will not only create jobs and stimulate our local economy, but also serve as an education hub, showcasing our island's unique environment and culture to visitors near and far. Ons Ferry, for many of us at the ministry, is going to be developed as a destination.
Representative of the Cicero Development Committee, Ms. Janice Eugene, spoke of the importance of the project to the community.
Commitment to developing an inclusive, sustainable tourism model that empowers our people and protects the unique identity and heritage that makes Cicero so special.
Prime Minister Honorable Philip J. Pierce said he is pleased that the tourism industry has evolved and is especially proud that the transformation was driven by a long-standing ethos of putting people first.
And moving forward, we decided that there had to be a philosophical approach to the tourism industry. We were tired of seeing St. Lucia as a place of sea and sun, and you come here and people dance limbo and fire eating, and that very good thing to do. But we thought that the benefits of the tourism industry must accrue to the people of St. Lucia.
The Ansfair Lookout Point responds to a broad community mandate to explore the tourism potential of the area. Landowner and Cicero resident Felix Smith is collaborating with the Ministry of Tourism on the project. The design was created by architect Mr. Jeremiah Fulcher. From the Government Information Service, I am Nival Auguste. Coming up next, Ministry launches Senior Exercise Program. Stay with us.
Hi, I'm Wayne Benty, school teacher and a frequent user of the IRD portal. As a teacher, I try to stay open to learning new and better ways to accomplish tasks. The IRD portal is a perfect example. I use it at least 3 times a year for filing my taxes and checking to ensure that all is accurate and properly saved. At first, I was reluctant about using the portal, but I had to follow the advice I give my students. Go ahead and give it your best shot. You'll figure it out, and I did just that. All my information stored securely. It's user-friendly, very reliable, and takes much less time than the old paper method. I gave the IRD portal an A+.
Welcome back. The Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment visited female inmates at Bodiley Correctional Facility with a focus on compassion and inclusion. We hear more from John Emmanuel.
Before, oh my soul, I worship your holy name.
In a powerful display of compassion and inclusion, the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment visited inmates at the Bodiley Correctional Facility, treating them to a buffet lunch and fun games on Sunday, March 16th as part of activities commemorating International Women's Day. The initiative, aligned with the 2025 International Women's Day theme Accelerated Action, reaffirmed the Ministry's commitment to reaching society's most vulnerable, wherever they may be. During the visit, ministry staff presented each female inmate with a rose and distributed care packages, fostering a moment of connection and encouragement. Staff members also took time to engage in meaningful social interaction, including friendly rounds of dominoes, underscoring the importance of community and human connection, even under confinement. Addressing the inmates, Permanent Secretary Dr. Charmaine Hippolyte Emmanuel delivered a heartfelt message on perseverance, resilience, and reintegration. She emphasized that while the inmates' current circumstances may be challenging, their past does not define them and that their future remains within their control.
The Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment is interested in the welfare of individuals, especially women. You would understand and appreciate across the globe, women are considered vulnerable because of course, being a woman, because of the opportunities, lesser than opportunities that we get compared to men. And so women ought to be treated with the softer hand, giving the gentler care and attention and so on. But we need to remind you, we are reminding you rather, you are wonderful to us. You are special to us. You may not have a job right now, but we appreciate the contribution that you have made in terms of having children and or supporting families that you left back home.
PS Hippolyte Emmanuel further urged the inmates to take ownership of their rehabilitation, prioritize their emotional and psychological well-being, and recognize the support available to them for the Ministry of Equity and other government agencies.
Bless the Lord, oh my soul, oh my soul.
I would like to tell you that community work, it's often thought of as, outside these walls. But you guys are a community too. You're part of the larger community. Everybody has done things that they wish they could change, they wish they could take back. And we've all been in that situation, right? So we want to bring, the word we want to bring to you today is that we're waiting on the outside. We're waiting to help with your reintegration. We're waiting to stand and walk with you step by step.
The visit served as a profound reminder that the Ministry of Equity, Social Justice and Empowerment remains steadfast in its mission to empower all members of society, including those who have found themselves on the margins. By extending empathy, resources, and hope, the ministry continues to bridge the gap between confinement and reintegration, reinforcing the fundamental belief that every individual deserves a second chance.
The Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs in St. Lucia has launched a seniors exercise program to promote physical activity, health and wellness among older adults.
The Bureau of Health Education, the Elderly Affairs Unit, and the Taiwan International Cooperation and Development Fund, Taiwan ICDF, have joined forces to launch the Seniors Exercise Program aimed at improving the health and mobility of older adults. The Seniors Exercise Program is a structured initiative tailored to meet the unique needs of older individuals, focusing on gentle yet effective physical activities. As part of the pilot phase, the Ministry of Health has strategically selected several homes for the elderly across St. Lucia to implement the program. This phased approach allows for careful monitoring, feedback collection, and necessary adjustments before a potential nationwide rollout. Family life educator at the Bureau of Health Education, Naomi Grandison, emphasized the significance of low-impact exercises in promoting overall health.
Today we had a low-impact exercise for the older persons because we recognize some mobility challenges and sometimes older persons don't move enough, and even if on a chair they can actually do a little something. So the elderly unit at the Ministry of Health, the Education and Communications Unit, along with the Taiwan ICDF, we all collaborated in trying to mitigate metabolic diseases such as diabetes, hypertension, and all of the challenges associated with aging by improving physical activity, which is a key factor in helping us with our overall health.
In addition to the physical exercises, educational sessions were incorporated to highlight the importance of movement in maintaining flexibility and cardiovascular health.
We had a short talk to reinforce why exercise is so significant for healthy aging and for also overall health. And subsequent to that, we did demonstrations of the various sitting down exercises, low impact exercises, and we had them to follow us. We had them to follow us while they demonstrated it and they went through it. And thereafter, we did a more upbeat training. So what we have done is that we have trained the staff and we are leaving them with a handbook with the examples of the exercise, a detail of how it can be done. It includes pictures that they can follow so that every day a 10-minute short exercise can be done, which would be suitable for nearly all of the population within the home. Because well-being can be maintained well into your 80s once you're able to do your exercise, your strength training, your flexibility, and your cardio.
Assistant Manager at the Cornerstone Humanitarian Society, Elizabeth Stephen, expressed appreciation for the initiative and noted the enthusiasm displayed by the seniors.
The program was very interesting. This is the first time we had this program at Cornerstone. We normally go out, but not in Cornerstone itself. But it was very good. I must say the residents take part in it. I was not expecting them to do so well. But it seemed like they enjoy it, and I myself enjoy it too. My body's hurting me too. The little exercise is good, although I run up and down, but at the same time. And I hope they will come back again to help us out with the residents, because I think in keep coming, they will get more focus and more interested in doing the exercise.
Program Development Officer at the Elderly Affairs Unit, Andrea Alcid, highlighted the selection process for participating homes and the broader vision of the program.
We brought it up to various homes. We had 9 homes, the 9 homes that we have in St. Lucia. They all were excited, but we could have only started with 3 homes. We started with two of the one private home and 2 other homes, and they received it very well. They've actually continued the exercises, which we're very happy for. We will be visiting very often to see how it's going, if they need assistance, and hopefully in the very near future, we intend to have the other homes come on board with the exercises.
This initiative aligns with global efforts to prioritize healthy aging and reflects St. Lucia's dedication to improving elderly care services. From the Communications Unit of the Ministry of Health, Wellness and Elderly Affairs, I am Onika McCoy.
Construction work is advancing on the new Isla Resorts Hotel Development Project on Mount Pima in Rodney Bay. Petula Olibert provides more detail.
Construction work is well underway on Isla Resorts, a multi-concept hotel development on Mount Pima in Rodney Bay, with construction to be completed in several phases. The first component is the resort's wellness offering, managed by the Life Co., a well-being center that offers natural treatment and therapy programs. Public Relations Representative for Isla Resorts in St. Lucia, Ms. Candy Nicholas, said the wellness retreat is the perfect complement to St. Lucia's natural way of life.
Isla Resorts is a $1.3 billion multi-concept development, and the first aspect of the development, which we're about to roll out by the summer of this year, is the Life Co., which is our wellness hotel offering, and we're super excited to welcome them to this part of the world. They manage 2 wellness resort destinations, 2 in Turkey and 1 in Thailand. So this is their first foray into this part of the world, and we're about to couple that with the natural healing that St. Lucia already offers.
Following the completion of the wellness component, the family resort and private residences already under construction will be introduced in 2026 and 2027 respectively.
While that is happening and we're getting prepared to roll that out in the summer of this year, we're working on other aspects. So there will be a family-oriented resort. There will also be a couples-only resort, or rather adults-only resort. There will be retail spaces. There will be a conference facility which will hold 2,000 or more people, and I know that the Tourism Authority is very excited about that aspect of things, as they have been working very hard to attract that type of business to the island. And all of these things are being rolled out, the first of which will be opened in the summer. As I said, it's the Life Co. And the family-oriented hotel will be open by next year. We're working on the private residences as well.
Zenith, the state-of-the-art conference center, will provide the opportunity for St. Lucia to capitalize on MICE tourism, a niche business market for meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions. Petula Olibert reporting.
With this, we come to the end of St. Lucia Magazine. Thank you to all who contributed to the production of this program, the National Television Network, GIS team, and the communication officers of the various ministries. Thank you for joining us on NTN Channel 122 and the social media pages of the Government of St. Lucia. I am Neva Logist. Until next time, stay informed, stay engaged as we look forward to more positive developments in the coming week.